Now we will go to our next topic for discussion. This is very vitally important topic, which is preparing a material requisition. What is the material requisition? It is a requisition request for quotation. So all the instruments and accessories, the control system are to be procured, and for procurement you have to prepare material requisition. Requisition as to the procurement department to procure the instruments and accessories and relevant installation and commissioning tools, tackles, and accessories like cables, cable trays, and whatever panels, etc. And how to prepare the material requisition. What are the key requirements will be discussed in this slides. So every procurement procedure follows the material requisition procedure. Important to how to prepare it, what are the documents are to be inputs are required, what documents are attached with the material requisition, and what are the how it is clubbed together to buy particular type of instrument together. So how it is clubbed and how it is floated, given to purchase, floated. Then we will discuss about how to do evaluation of the technical bid, and finally issue of purchase order, then vendor drawing review, and vendor drawing review after that, then recommendation, then factory acceptance test, and finally the site acceptance test. The whole cycle of procurement is and field installation and commissioning pre-checks are to be considered. So in this topic today, we are covering the first phase of it is the material requisition. That is the technical heart of the procurement process. It tells about the scope of supply, technical specifications, the rule of engagement, includes project specific design philosophies and international standards, codes and standards. It includes the data sheet for instruments, the specification sheet, material of construction. It tells about the technical requirements of the client, which is to be incorporated by the vendor, the codes and standards which are to be followed, what is the test and inspection plan, and what is the documentation requirement for approving the vendor before manufacturing and sending it for inspection and testing and further dispatch to site. So first is understanding the MR in the EPC project life cycle. So if you delay the material requisition, the whole project gets delayed. So the material requisition issue becomes a vital part of meeting the schedule and doing the engineering properly. So you have to see with the project planning each and every deliverables when it is to be issued, and the material requisition is to be prepared Suppose a long lead item like analyzers and analyzer shelter, like DCS system or safety instrumented system or control valves which have special items. They are long lead items. They are to be procured early. So that specification is to be prepared. The data sheet and the MRs are to be issued early. So in engineering phase, the MR is born here. It relies on frozen PNID and instrument index. So PNID is to be frozen, issued for engineering. First thing, keep in mind. Procurement phase, the MR is handed to the buyer, it becomes the required quotation. RFQ, once bid are technically evaluated, TBE, the MR is updated and issued for purchase, that is IFP or IAP. Post PO, post purchase order, the MR governs the vendor document review. Every drawing and vendor sends is checks against the material requirement. So after the post order, so that becomes the basis for vendor to manufacture. And before manufacturing, they have to provide the documents for review, which are to be approved and approved, and then it is sent back to the vendor. Vendor should comply with all the testing, certification, testing requirements, test and inspection plan, and the MR is the source of construction and commissioning to check all the components have been provided as per the requirement or not. Feed. At feed stage, only long lead items uh, budget estimation is done, and other items, the standard cost is taken from the cost department. So feed stage also, we issue MR. Then detail engineering stage, we issue for each and every item, every nut and bolt specification. But however, sometimes it has to be decided whether the procurement is to be for the bulk item is to be provided by the instrument contractor as per specified contract requirement and document as per specification provided by the design team and the contract requirement or not. So based on that, the uh, instrument contractor may procure the bulk items, but the main packages of instrument packages like analyzer, shelters, analyzer, DCS, ESD, FNG, all these things are to be procured by the design detail engineering team if they are only EPC contractors, not only engineering consultant. Engineering consultant, they only provide the MR, and after that, all activities are done by the uh, EPC contractor or the contractor who employs the engineering consultant team to do the engineering for them. So MR is prepared by the design team only, and then it is up to the procurement whether the procurement is done by within the in the EPC or procurement is done by the client. It all depends on the project requirement. So procurement, technical bid evaluation, vendor drawing review, and the purchase logistics, the dispatch logistics, the delivery monitoring, and inspection and testing. All these things are a part of the procurement team. And construction and commissioning, the MR serves as the baseline for device fail at site. If MR is the first document checked to see if vendor supplied the correct environmental protection or material grade or any components are missing or not. So these are the three life cycle for MR issued for approval, submitted to client and PMC for technical vetting and alignment with the project design basis. Financial and schedule risk, medium changes are expected. Impact mostly on engineering man hours, not in hardware. So issued for approval document doesn't impact the financial because change may occur. Issued for inquiry at this stage, released to the market to obtain the firm technical and commercial bid, RFQ stage. Here, this will decide the price of the quotation and the prices are locked. If any change after issued for purchase usually leads to commercial record. Any small deviation can be covered during technical queries and technical uh, clarification meetings with the vendor before placement of order. Otherwise, it may impact once the order is placed. It is a high, any change may impact the commercial impact and recode by the vendor. IFP issued for purchase, the finalized version post technical bid evaluation issued to place the actual purchase order. Critical. This is the critical point. Point of no return. Errors here result in direct material loss or cancellation charges. Once the order has been placed, the vendor will go ahead with the purchase order and the bindings of the purchase order, and they will not deviate from that. And if you have missed certain things, you have to place additional order on the vendor, which may call for extra cost. Or if you miss it, it may be a big impact during erection and commissioning of the plant. And if it is missed by chance, then during operation and maintenance also, it may have impacts. So this is the same IFA, IFP and IFP. The risk has been explained. IFA is the alignment phase, IFP is the market entry, and IFP the commitment. IFP is the purchase issue, order issue. This is the commitment with the vendor that all the technical, your offer has been technically evaluated, found technically suitable, and order has been placed. All deviations, if any, have been accepted and approved by the client before issue of the purchase order. Please remember that if there is a we will discuss on the technical bid evaluation procedures. If there is any deviation which is to be brought in to client's notice is done during technical evaluation, not after placement of order. After placement of order, vendor will provide as per whatever has been issued in the purchase, whatever has been clarified during technical clarification, whatever has been agreed upon in the contract and purchase order. What are the key inputs required for MR preparation process? We require PNID, IFC, IFA. IFA is just to start the issued for approval PNID, issued for construction PNID, or to start it, issued for engineering PNID, and then issued for construction PNID is the time where the purchase order may be placed. Check for various checks are defined here. You can go through it. Very important is the design pressure, design temperature, piping class, and whether the lines are jacketed, non-jacketed. All these key requirements are to be addressed Instrument index, it has to match with the instrument index. The quantity of a type of instrument will match with the instrument index so that no shortfall of the supply is there. Process data sheet, fluid property, densities, viscosity, vapor pressure, and critical flow parameters missing or not provided, like only normal flow has been provided, minimum and maximum flow has not been provided for a control valve sizing may lead to a catastrophic error and the malfunction of the control valve. The cause and effect chart, essential for final control element SDV and BDV. The fail-safe positions of the control valves, shutdown valves are to be specified, and cause and effect chart are required for the MR input to MR. So, and multidisciplinary inputs from piping, mechanical, and electrical are required, which are incorporated, of course, incorporated in the data sheet and the specification of the instruments with the latest codes and standards. So already interface has already been taken place. So sometimes you need to interface with the mechanical for pressure vessel nozzle if the flanges of the nozzle provided by the vendor is different uh, than specified in the data sheet, matching the mechanical equipment pressure vessel drawing. So that is to be coordinated and resolved before placing the order. Checklist for revision matching, fluid state, material compatibility, and criticality. Are the instrument part of SIS? So this is to be checked. These are the checklist. Anatomy of professional MR. Instrument MR package structure, cover sheet, the revision and control gateway, index sheet. It must have the index sheet of all the documents which are included in the project MR. Scope of supply, the boundary wall. Please specify the scope of supply clearly with battery limits and things which are to be included, like commissioning spare, mandatory spare, the accessories of various mounting if required, any tools, calibration tools required, specific tools like gas detector, you require the gases, calibration gases and the gas tool kits for maintenance as well as calibration. So all these are to be mentioned. Technical specification. So the painting requirement, the tagging, the ambient temperature requirement, all these things are from the technical specs provided by the client asked to be met. Data sheet, the generic code, tag specific process and mechanical data. Inspection and testing, the quality gate, FAT, hydrotest, calibration, and material traceability. Vendor drawing review, the data deliverable, vendor drawing requirement list, which vendor has to submit for review and approval. Commercial versus technical deviation, in case there is a commercial deviation or technical deviation, that is to be listed down in the purchase order, and they must be spelled out in the outright in the purchase order, so that there is no ambiguity at the later stage. The bid evaluation criteria, the grading rubric, how to judge the technical acceptable bid. This is the key requirement for evaluating the bid. Professional tip. ensure you specify native file, AutoCAD or Excel to certain document, not just PDFs. Don't ask the vendor to provide their document in Excel or AutoCAD or in a format where you can just uh, take it and incorporate in your documents rather than PDF will not allow to integrate vendor data into various documents. 2D AutoCAD will help in 3D model or any Excel datasheet can be matched with the IO list and all that where we have prepared. So compatible of the data transfer is vitally important for you to save time and cost. Spare management clearly distinguish between commissioning spares and the operational spares. So commissioning spares is the responsibility of the vendor to provide along with the instruments, and the operational spares are the ones for 2 years or not. Client will pay. Client specifies in the contract document that 2 years operational spares will be paid by the client, and that is to be forwarded to client for placement of order. Anatomy of robust MR, project code, discipline code, equipment code, serial number and document number. These are the standard documentation requirement. Alignment with the procurement packages. You have to bundle the instrument like uh, control valves. If you one company will manufacture globe control valve, the other company may manufacture butterfly control valves and other or motor actuated shutdown valves may be provided by the some other company, and standard ball valve shutdown valves, ball operated shutdown valve may be provided by other company. So you have to bundle them as per the packages and release for material requisition. The revision suffix are to be maintained. Cross reference. So once MR is prepared and from MR to the purchase order or PO is to be having same document number reference. Instead of MR, the word will change to PR in case it is converted to purchase order. So leave very important is to don't overcomplicate, keep codes, use CV for control valve, not number, any number. Simple numbering philosophy of the project is to be followed. Future proofing, leave gap for serial numbers in case you anticipate some more addition at a later stage, and so that logically it can be added. What are the 6 pillars of clear scope? Scope of supply definition, supply item, the main equipment, excluded items which are to be excluded from the scope of the vendor are to be listed down. Loose items are to be spelled out. Special tools and calibration tools, if required, any software required, that has to be specified. Commissioning spares and 2 years operational spares. So this is hierarchy of reference code. This is in the data sheet only. All these things are the reference codes are mentioned. Along with the data sheet, we are attaching the technical specifications which are provided in the contract document along with the data sheet, which also specifies the required codes and standards to be followed. So that is to be complied with. Please ensure that any code which is relevant to particular data sheet, the notes in the data sheet has covered it, and so it is automatically included in the technical speech specification development. Critical design parameters, environment condition, the hazardous area, the cell requirement, material compatibility, paint specification, ingress protection specification, and NACE compliance. All these things are the checklist for critical design parameters has to be complied with. Datasheet preparation best practice, latest process import, operating and design conditions. These are the two critical points to ensure that the datasheet is perfect. Now, this datasheet preparation already we have discussed, and I need not repeat it has again. So minimum, normal, maximum flow rates, turn down ratio, accuracy and repeatability and response time, they are to be checked and incorporated, uh, and consistency audit, cross check with the instrument index that uh, any mismatch of tags or service description as per PNID, and the index and the datasheet, they are to be same. Audit checklist, units of measurement. Please maintain the units of measurement, supply voltage, whether it is a 24 volt AC, DC, 24 volt DC, 110 volt AC, even the frequency, the hertz, 50 hertz or 60 hertz, depending on the area where the plant is coming. Don't, sitting in India, don't specify. In Europe, it may be 60 hertz power supply, and we have written 50 hertz. That will create a big problem. So please eliminate those. Signal output 4 to 20 milliamperes, hard or foundation field bus or Profibus. Please clearly specify that. Otherwise, in the data sheet. So otherwise there will be problem. Inspection and test requirement, essential factory acceptance test, FAT requirements are to be spelled out. Type test, design validation. There are tests which requires a type test by the company. Already they have the type test done on their manufacturing enclosures for transmitters like that, and like ingress protection, flame proof or explosion proof or intrinsically safe or EMC compliance. They are to be type tested and test certificate to be provided. Calibration certificate is requirement. Hydrostatic and leak testing must be done at hydrostatic test at 1.5 times of the design pressure. Performance testing, the seat leakage or fugitive emission, and all these things can be tested on the physical performance device on the test bench. And sales verification, safety critical items, you must verify the PFD average, probability of failure on demand, and the safe failure fraction. The vendor must provide a safety manual as per IC 61508. Quality checklist, witnessing policy. Does the project quality plan require third-party inspector for equipment class? Material traceability. We require chemical and physical properties for vetted parts. Visual inspection. Ensure that MR specifies checking of nameplate, accuracy, paint thickness, and tagging before shipment. Core technical deliverables. Vendor must submit this document in general as the core deliverables. GA drawing, all the sizing, all the uh, how it's to be installed, and maintenance requirement. Wiring and termination drawing, quality assurance plan, how they will inspect the equipment. This must be approved before manufacturing start. And material certification. If it is a NACE certified, please provide. All the material and metallurgy test certificates are to be provided by the vendor. So, submission milestone mapping with the flow must align these stages with the project progress with bid, technical evaluation, basic preliminary DAs and compliance statement. With PO detailed design, the action document, you need the final wiring and dimension, how to finalize your IFC drawing. So with uh, purchase order, at least the dimensional drawing and the wiring requirements are to be provided. Pre-FAT quality verification. What is the calibration records and test procedure to be followed during FAT? And final as-built handover document, the data book, which will have installation, operation, and maintenance manual, and all the data of drawing document, and how to install, how to dismantle, all these things are to be provided, and how to operate and maintain, they are explained in the data book. So now that is the interdiscipline review, quality check. First is prepared by the discipline engineer MR, then lead engineer will be checked. Critical MRs, which are high value items, must be checked by head of the department before it is issued for inquiry, floated for inquiry. Cross check against the PNID and the project budget. Interdiscipline review, IDC is to be done. QA/QC review, compliance check before the input requirements are matched once again, and whether the contractual clauses are incorporated in the MR, they are QA/QC check is done by the QA/QC team. Quality assurance and quality control, they are two different aspects of quality check. They are to be provided. HOD's approval and document control release. Document control will release the document. Then interdiscipline coordination, we have already discussed, need not touch. Which department will check which drawing, and IDC audit check. Audit checklist is to be prepared for piping. Physical access piping provides enough space for technician to reach the transmitter maintenance. Weight for valves above 6 inch, supported by piping structural supports, and heat tracing if process requires it. Piping electrical team accounts for tracing the impulse line. IDC tracking matrix, IDC number, discipline, who made the comment, process, piping. Once the documents from the vendor are submitted, they are to be coordinated with the various department, because all the dimensional drawing are to be coordinated with mechanical equipment team as well, and in case it is inline in instrument like control valves, flow meters, and all that, it has to be cooperated in the piping drawings and piping GA and piping 3D model. So it has to be coordinated. Comments, if any, will be incorporated and accumulated by the instrument engineer and sent to the vendor for incorporation. Please mention the status. This is open or any point pending, or this point is closed. Comment resolution sheet is to be attached. Closure date for fixing the verified integrated into the MR. The closure of comment date ought to be mentioned and it has to be completed within that cycle. Otherwise, delay in procurement will occur. So this is the audit checklist. You can read through it. Common areas of client friction. This is vitally important because client review and comment handling. Specification deviation. If there is a change in specification as per the contract document, vendor list approved makes, client submits the vendor list in the contract document. If there is any vendor which is not in the client list and you have limitation that no other vendor is providing the required material as per the specification, only a vendor which is non-approved vendor is providing it, then you have to get it approved by the client by vendor qualification method. There are different methods for qualifying a vendor by the client. They have a list of documents which are to be submitted and the vendor is approved by the client and then only you can place the order. SIL compliance and inspection requirement. Meeting 100% witness and CRS sheet are to be complete with closing statement for IFA stage. So while negotiating, avoid very important terms like never use noted in CRS, comment resolution sheet, just not write noted. It is ambiguous. Use accepted or will comply or rejected with justification. Give specific, clear requirement that, okay, this point is accepted, this point is rejected with justification. Preempt comment. If deviation from client specs include a deviation list in your include a deviation list in IFA submitter to the explain. So if there is any deviation and which is from the client specs, include in the deviation list, and that deviation list is to be reviewed and approved by the client and accepted by the client before it is purchase order is placed. And please see the review cycle for vendor drawing. In case it is delayed, the review cycle is delayed, then the order, the manufacturing impact may occur and the vendor may delay on the delivery of the equipment or the instrument and not meet the client requirement. So suppose you don't, vendor drawing review is very important. If you don't approve the vendor drawings with clear-cut CRS compliance, then the vendor will not start manufacturing, or they may schedule a plan, a manufacturing schedule for your instrument or control valves or any other material to manufacture. They will accumulate the material, but they will not start the manufacturing till the drawings are approved, vendor drawings are approved, and all comment resolution sheet and any acceptable deviation, all these things are listed and properly communicated to the vendor. So comment resolution sheet, how to comment on it. Please read through this anatomy of high quality CRS. It is a reading material. You can read it. Nothing to explain, but it is important for instrument engineer to respond and check according to this. And 3D golden rule for CRS preparation: no emotional language. Please use correct language. Don't write simply incorrect or the client is wrong. This is not required. Correct language is the proposed selection complies with the project specification section 4.2. Standardizing on this model ensures spare parts interchangeability. Technical justification required. If you reject a comment, you must explain why based on physics, engineering standard, or project specification or design basis. So you have to give a justification of rejection. Example, increasing the flange rating from 300 to 600 is not required as the maximum design pressure is only 15 bar G as per process line list. So give this type of explanation. Don't simply say it is rejected. Reference clause number. Always mention, in case you want to comment, please mention the reference clause number from the contract document and or your MR so that it is very clear that this is or any contractual international codes and standards which is not meeting as per the vendor. Vendor has specified something which is not meeting the code requirement, not meeting the contract requirements. Please specify the specific clause that will help or the standard with clause reference that will help to prove that this is a justified comment. Rejected strategy. If you must reject a comment, try to offer clarified middle ground first. For example, while we cannot change the MOC to HAST alloy C, this is just an example. MOC to HAST alloy C due to lead time, we have confirmed that SS 316 with 3 mm corrosion allowance meets 25 years of cycle requirement. Suppose vendor has placed the given a quote for HAST alloy C and you with the element of instrument and you find that SS316 with corrosion allowance of 3 mm will do the meet the purpose, then you write it accordingly. CRS format best practice, structural standard, our comments as per row, never group multiple comments in single cell. Clear reference to MR section. Status, accepted, clarified, rejected, and noted. All these to be mentioned clearly. Audit checklist, action verification. If row says accepted, has the corresponding MR revision actually been updated? So not only you accept the vendor requirement, plus while issuing the MR and converting it to PR, please see that it is your vendor point has been accepted. So this is the audit checklist. So if you are rejected, then ensure you have same justification in all related MR and maintain creditability. Suppose all the vendors are not complying to one requirement and you have rejected the vendor, so you must write that to all the vendors, not being partial by writing to one vendor. Final signature. Ensure that CRS is signed off both by EPC lead and client to freeze the agreement. MR to purchase requisition. So commercial terms and conditions are to be provided by the commercial team, procurement team. Delivery schedule also will be taken by the procurement. Approved vendor list. If the vendor also requires certain items to be procured from outside, so they must comply to approved vendor list that is to be mentioned. Budget code is mentioned for our internal use. The purchase order number has got a budget cost and bill of quantity. Clear summary of quantity based on MR is covered in the index. After that, the bill of quantity can be prepared and listed in the PR so that clear scope of supply is written uh, upfront, and the and then the deviation sheet is written, so no ambiguity. Seeing the PR, 2-3 pages, you will know what it contains, what it includes, and what is acceptable by us, by the reviewing authorities and client. All are spelled out. And then the inspection test plan, and then the material test requirements, spare part requirements, FAT and SAT requirement, and documentation requirement. All these things are to be covered. So quantities, Incoterms, aware of delivery terms, if it is X works uh, or it is to be delivered to site. Taxes and duties, these are the requirement by the commercial team. Approved vendor list, client approved vendor list is to be attached, and if some new vendor is to be approved, then technical qualification requirement spelled out by the vendor must be mentioned. Past project performance, PTR is to be provided by for that vendor, and financial stability of that vendor, and after sales support. If the vendor is meeting other points but not able to support you after sales, then that vendor is not suitable. Manufacturing location, where the equipment is actually made, country of origin, this has certain countries. Suppose any equipment which is manufactured in a country where you are not able to procure from that country due to certain restrictions, sub-vendor list, these are to be noted. Sub-vendor list must be approved, and capacity check, what the vendor has enough. One vital important thing, before placement of order, the procurement team must verify that whether how much load that vendor has, whether they can take this order and manufacture the instruments or the equipment as per the schedule which is required by our project. If they cannot comply, if they are fully loaded, then you have to select another vendor who can meet your delivery requirement, and logistics uh, for dispatch at a right time. Communication protocol, all documents has to pass through a document management system. All the vendor meetings are through MOM, minutes of meeting, technical queries with technical query sheet, and request for information internal. They are to be request formats are to be used, and formal emails can be used, which is not impacting the cost or any delivery impact or commercial impact. So you have to check the communication list and mark the CC to the project manager and the procurement lead so that they are in loop. Don't do your engineering and procurement activity in isolation without informing the project. That will be a big problem, or project control department, or quality control, or inspection. Use standardized template for all these activities. And protocol for client coordination, the standard operating procedures, obviously it has to be official channel only. All MR and technical package must be submitted in transmitter through document control center to client. Track turnaround time. If if the vendor drawing is sent to client for approval, then mention the turnaround time which you require the information back. Otherwise, this will lead to delivery delays. If there is any comment which is to be escalated, hierarchy of comment escalation, first to the discipline engineer, then to engineering manager, then to project manager, then to client. So this is the cycle which is to be done. The comment log, your master log for all client comment must be logged and ensured that no comments from the client is unattended or not been complied with. Contractual alignment, always justify your design, citing contractual scope, agreed specification. If client asks for feature that wasn't in original basis of design, it is a change of scope. So scope change at a later date may a contractual alignment is to be maintained. Client management, review cycle, no comment approval, impact assessment. These are to be. So only the risk area is left. So risk area, wrong design temperature pressure, wrong hazardous area, classification, incomplete scope, missing spares, incorrect seal level, unapproved vendor list. All this may affect. Domino effect will be reissue MR, waste of engineering hours, cost overrun, urgent air freight charges, change order, premium from vendor, and procurement delays, critical path is compromised, delaying the entire plant mechanical completion. What is the mitigation method? Give it to for a entirely fresh eye review, a senior who is not involved in the project, different project, he may independently review and give his comment. Standardization, use master data template where safety critical fields are pre-filled and locked to prevent accidental change. Best practice, which is to be before purchase order issue, all IDs is closed, data sheets validated, specifications aligned, seal verified, vendor list approved, vendor attachment spare included, both commissioning spares and mandatory spares for operation, document numbering correct, CRS closed, scope of supply is marked, and deviation list enclosed, test and inspection included. So all these steps will cross-check with before procurement, have a internal quality check, like think two steps ahead of procurement, never assume, always document. Cross-check with PNID revision, understand contractual obligation, project company from claims, protect company from claims, and technical clarity, clear commercial statement. So this is the end of this presentation. We have covered two items today, and we will be taking up other presentations tomorrow, and we close the session here.